The day I realized my family was my biggest liability, I never thought cutting off my family would change anything. I just wanted peace. Silence. But the moment I did, something started watching me. At first, I thought it was guilt. I was wrong. This is the story I was never supposed to tell. I used to believe that if I worked hard enough, everything would eventually make sense. That suffering had a purpose. That loyalty would be returned. That family meant safety. I was wrong about all of it. I grew up in a house where love was conditional, but expectations were endless. My parents weren't cruel people. That's what made it confusing. They weren't abusive, they didn't scream all the time, they didn't drink or gamble or disappear for days. From the outside, we looked normal. But inside that house, there was one unspoken rule: if you're capable, you're responsible. And somehow, that responsibility always landed on me. I was the oldest. The quiet one. The smart one. The kid who didn't need help. So I didn't get help. When money was short, I heard it first. When bills piled up, I felt it first. When something went wrong, I was expected to understand. By the time I was 16, I already knew something most adults never realize: no one was coming to save us. So I decided I would. I worked after school. Weekends. Summers. I skipped parties, skipped trips, skipped being young. Every dollar I earned went into savings. Not for fun, for security. At first, my parents were proud. "You're responsible," my mother said. "You'll go far," my father added. Those words felt like fuel. But pride doesn't stay pure for long when money gets involved. By 18, I had more saved than anyone in my family had ever had at one time. I didn't talk about it, but they knew. Parents always know. That's when the comments started. Small at first. "Your brother could use a little help. You're young, you'll earn it back. We're family." I helped. Carefully. Limited amounts. I told myself it was temporary. That's what family does, right? By 22, I was exhausted but focused. Working full-time. Studying at night. Building something real. For the first time in my life, I felt like I was ahead. That's when they ask for everything. "Just keep the money with us," my mother said. "It's safer this way. We won't touch it," my father promised. I hesitated. Every instinct in my body told me no. But they were my parents. The people who raised me. The people who said they believed in me. So I said yes. That decision destroyed my life, and rebuilt it from the ground up. The day I found out started like any other. No warning. No tension. No feeling that something was wrong. I checked my phone during a break at work. I was planning to transfer money for rent. I opened my banking app. The balance was wrong. Not a little wrong. Almost empty. I refreshed the screen. Once. Twice. 3 times. Same number. My hands went numb. I told myself it was a glitch. Banks mess up. Systems lag. There's always an explanation. So I called customer support. They weren't confused. They were calm. "Yes," the woman said after verifying my identity. "The funds were withdrawn yesterday. Authorized withdrawal." That word didn't register at first. Authorized by who? I asked. A pause. "Your parents." I don't remember hanging up. I don't remember leaving work. I only remember standing in my parents' living room less than an hour later, my heart pounding so hard it hurt. My mother was sitting on the couch. Calm. Comfortable. Almost relieved. My father wouldn't look at me. "Where is my money?" I asked. No yelling. No drama. Just a question. My mother sighed, like I was being difficult. We used it, she said. I waited. For an explanation. For guilt. For remorse. Nothing came. You used it? I repeated. My father finally spoke. Your brother needed a house. I laughed. I couldn't stop myself. A house? I said. With my money? My mother crossed her arms. You have a good job, she said. You'll make more. Your brother has a family. That's when something inside me broke, quietly. That money was my future, I said. I worked for that. I trusted you. My father looked annoyed. You're being selfish. That word cut deeper than the theft. Selfish. After years of sacrifice. After sleepless nights. After believing loyalty mattered. In that moment, I realized something terrifying. They didn't see it as stealing. They saw it as redistribution, as if my success belonged to them. As if I owed them simply for existing. I asked one last question. You asked me first, or you just decided? My mother answered without hesitation. We didn't think you'd say no. That sentence ended my childhood. I didn't sleep that night. Not because I was tired, because my mind wouldn't stop replaying those words. By morning, shock had turned into clarity. I made one fatal mistake in my life. I believed blood meant loyalty. It doesn't. That day, I walked into a lawyer's office. Not angry. Focused. What can I do? I asked. Protect what's left, he said. And accept that trust is already gone. I locked down everything. New accounts. New passwords. New boundaries. Then came the hardest part. I went back that evening. My brother was there. Sitting at the table. Smiling. A brand new house key dangling from his fingers. Did Mom tell you? He said. We finally closed. I looked at him. How much did you know? He hesitated. Long enough. You knew, I said. He shrugged. I thought you'd understand. You're doing well. That sentence again. You're doing well. As if success erased limits. As if it turned me into property. I'm cutting you off, I said. Silence. You don't mean that, my mother said. I do. My father slammed the table. You owe us. No, I said quietly. You raised me. You didn't own me. I walked out. No shouting. Just a door closing. That was the moment everything changed. And that was only the beginning. Cutting them off didn't feel powerful. It felt hollow. For the first few weeks, I kept expecting my phone to light up. A call. A message. Something that sounded like regret or at least confusion. Nothing came. And that silence taught me a brutal truth. The only thing holding us together had been my usefulness. Once that was gone, so was I. So I stopped looking backward. I didn't grieve the relationship. I buried it. I threw myself into work, not as an escape, but as a weapon. Every day followed the same pattern. 5:30 a.m. cold shower. Black coffee. Laptop open before the sun came up. No music. No distractions. No comfort. I stopped explaining myself to anyone. Stopped defending my decisions. Stopped hoping someone would finally understand. And something strange happened. The moment I stopped carrying everyone else, I started moving faster. Clients noticed. Not because I talked more, but because I delivered. Every deadline met. Every promise kept. No excuses. Opportunities I'd chased for years suddenly opened. Not out of luck, out of consistency. I reinvested everything. No luxury. No vacations. No celebration. Just momentum. 6 months later, my income doubled. A year later, it tripled. I moved into a new apartment. Small. Quiet. Mine. No memories attached. No guilt in the walls. No feeling that I owed anyone my success. For the first time in my life, I slept peacefully. Then the past came knocking. My mother called. I stared at the screen for a full minute before answering. Hello. Her voice was softer than I remembered. Your father's not doing well, she said. He's been stressed. The house payments are higher than we expected. There it was. Not how are you? Not we were wrong. Not we're sorry. Just another problem they wanted me to solve. I can't help, I said calmly. Silence. You really mean that? She whispered. Yes. She started crying. I didn't. Because I finally understood something that had taken me decades to learn: you can love people and still refuse to save them from the consequences of their choices. 2 weeks later, my brother called. Angry. Bitter. Desperate. The mortgage is killing us, he snapped. You did this. I laughed. Not loudly. Not mockingly. Just once. No, I said. You did this the moment you decided I was less important than what I could give you. I hung up. Blocked the number. And kept moving. Success didn't make me cold. It made me honest. By year 3, I wasn't just working in my business, I was working on it. I hired a team. Built systems. Expanded. Then came the offer. A minority stake sale. More money than I'd ever imagined holding at one time. I didn't celebrate. I just sat in my office late one night, overlooking the city, realizing something terrifying: I had become everything they once expected me to fix. And now they wanted access again. The messages started. From relatives who hadn't spoken to me in years. Proud. Curious. Suddenly interested. I ignored them all, until one message slipped through. An unknown number. We're losing the house. No greeting. No name. I knew exactly who it was. I stared at the message. Then I deleted it. Not out of anger. Out of peace. Because the truth was simple: I didn't rise to prove them wrong. I rose because I finally stopped carrying people who were pulling me down. I thought that was the end. I was wrong.